Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our next episode of our Soulcast Sundays. I am Nina Diedrich, and this is Majik Mom Ministries, and Magic Mom 101 now. Wow, it's been a while since I called myself that. Maybe I'll have to switch back. I hope this Sunday is finding all of you well and awake and aware. It is the title for today's show, and I had a little bit of a epiphany right before coming on camera, which, excuse the personalness of this, but I have this weird thing where right before I go live, I always have to pee. It sounds weird, but it's like my body's resistance to getting into a channeling space. It's like that door that has to open in order for me to get in the zone. So I was laughing about the fact that I had just watched a video by Esther Hicks, and she had talked about how when she is getting ready to let Abraham come through, she always has to do something else too, and it's not always having to pee, but it's like something else always has to be dealt with right that second when she's already planned to be, live or to go on stage. And I noticed the correlation between myself and that happening too over the last, 2 years or so when I've really started to do this full time. And it was just kind of a weird, funny epiphany. I don't know if it even matters or makes any sense to today's show, but whatever. Hello, Robin. Welcome. So I picked a reading out of the Sacred Path Cards book. And, you can't see very well, but this is one of those old fabric covered books from like the Dark Ages. I think this is my 1990 printing of the 1951 Sacred Path Oracle deck, and I just opened it up to a page which happens to be 161, so that is going to be our first number code for today, which happens to be an 8. Not lost on me. And I'm going to read this little section, and it says, a face painted totally black denotes mourning the loss of a loved one. Blackened eye sockets tells the observer that this painted face acknowledges the West, is a fair judge, sees the truth, is strong like bear, and would be a good advisor, one not swayed by the opinion of others. A red line down the nose can mean 2 things. The first meaning is that their person trusts the path they follow. The nose leads us in every direction we turn. Therefore, the nose, when painted red, is also the sign of a leader, because that leader has the trust and faith of the people. An interesting thought, right? When we look at people and the way they present themselves, despite the mask they are wearing, your intuition is usually right. So make sure you're listening to those gut responses. They will not lead you astray. I don't even know if I can get back to that book or that page 161. In connection, what this is talking about is the painted face card in the deck, and how the painted face, this one right here, is the number 19 card too as well, which happens to be this year, 19. So as we're going into 2020, we kind of have to look at the masks that we're wearing and how we're maybe telegraphing that to the populace via whatever mask it is we happen to wear or not. Ultimately, the whole point of this is to not wear a mask at all and to just have the expectation that people will accept you as you are, as you accept them, right? The meaning of this painted face card says, the painted face speaks of self-expression. It tells you to use your creativity in order to express your feelings, your talents, and your desires. So expressing who and what you are at any given moment is healing as well as productive. So as you change and grow, you may feel the need to alter the way in which others perceive you. Changing your appearance, attitudes, and activities to match the new you may be called for at this time. The key note is that this card asks you to open up and allow others to see your medicine. In that way, you're offering a gift to others who may have need of your talents. So don't deny how you feel, what you think, or what you can offer the world. In truth and with grace, it's now time to allow the medicine of the self to emerge. You will never lose face by presenting the true self, minus the self-importance, right? The only thing that gets in our way is our need to be accepted by other people. And usually our need to be accepted by other people makes us put on a painted face. Right now, the universe is asking us to take off the paint. Show who you truly are. And then the universe cannot deny you if you're not denying it. When we paint our face, we deny who and what we really are, what we were created to be. And in that way, we deny God. We deny ourselves. We deny life. And that's not what we're here for. We're here to exult in the life that we hold. And we should start that every day by being grateful that we even have one at all. So stop being sad that you're here having struggles. You're here. You could go back to the absolute. That is the alternative. The choice is yours. So you can keep poo-pooing your party and creating your worst nightmare. You can realize that you're perfect just as you are. There's nothing that you have to do. You just have to be what you came here to be. Love, forgiveness, compassion, joy. We're here to do it all with happiness because that is what we are. Happiness. How about we get some cards? I feel like I'm rambling. Since we started with the Sacred Path cards, why don't we continue with them? So the painted face has already made an appearance asking us to really decide who and what we are, and what we choose to be. And is that the mask that we're wearing? Or are we still wearing an old one? And we get the medicine bowl. Part of acknowledging who and what you are is healing all the things that you think you should be because somebody else told you to. Fuck that. Be who you are, not what somebody told you to. Hello, Rebecca. It's good to see you. Let's grab the book back out and let's see what the medicine bowl has to say to us. So we get 31, a 4. I like 4. 4 is a good, solid, strong number. 4 tells us that we have made progress. So let's read the full teaching of this out of this book. Okay, so we have the medicine bowl card. You can see it. There we go. And it has a little poem. Let's read the poem, or haiku, or whatever. I'm not sure exactly what you categorize this at. It has a little bit of a reading. It says, medicine bowl of healing cures, of visions, dreams, and what endures beyond the void of time and space. You bring the healing of every race. For seers and healers, the water you hold brings ancient wisdom now retold. For seekers and for those in need, your healing unguent brings reprieve. So it seems to be we're sort of being told to tell our stories a little bit. And in the telling of that story, someone else will probably see a little bit of their story and realize that maybe life isn't shit and things could possibly get better, right? So let's read the teaching. It says, the medicine bowl is a traditional tool used by the seers, dreamers, and medicine people of Native America. A medicine bowl that has been handed down through many years or many generations of medicine people can be several hundred years old and will carry the strengths or weaknesses of its former guardians. So sacred is this tool for healing, it would never be brought out of hiding for tribal ceremony. Its counterpart, the ceremonial bowl, would take its place in the public's eye. This assures the holder and tribe that no harm would come to any sacred healing tool or object through its exposure to disrespectful observers. The ceremonial medicine bowls may be very ornate representations of the working models. Almost all medicine bowls are carved from wood or made from the shell of a turtle. A few are made from basalt, fired clay, or lava rock. This is rare. A medicine bowl can be used by a person in the healing arts for grinding herbs or mixing cures. Medicine women also use the medicine bowl for the first bathing of newborns. Seers use a medicine bowl in a much different way. Often, the bottom of a seer's bowl will be blackened with charcoal and rubbed with beeswax until no color remains from the wood. The seer, using a blackened bowl, will fill the bowl with water and use the reflection of firelight to create an image of the void where future lives. In so doing, the seer is able to see the destiny of a tribe. The black lodges of women are known for their seers. The women seers of any tribe are highly valued for their clarity and focus. The seer may smoke a person, dream a person, or use the medicine bowl to go into the void on the person's behalf. To smoke a person, the pipe may be used to see beyond the reality of the apparent illusion. In this instance, the smoke from tobacco mixed with red willow bark, sweet clover, osha root, and mullein leaves may allow the seer to travel with the smoke to another dimension and see what is needed. The use of the blackened medicine bowl sometimes requires the assistance of the seer's sisters of the Black Lodge, depending upon the reason for the use of the bowl. In the Kiowa tradition, the women would fast that day and then have a special purification lodge ceremony for the success of the seer and the healing of the person needing assistance. Then the women would enter the Black Lodge, sit around the edge of the lodge, and hold a circle of protection and energy for the seer while she sought the wisdom of the void. This is accomplished in silent vigil with only the flute or drum beat being used to lead the seer into the void and safely home to the lodge. Afterwards, the seer was bathed by her sisters and massaged to assist the circulation returning to her body. Then, the seer was bundled in blankets and left alone until she was ready to share her vision. In our Seneca tradition, it's never announced which of the members of the nation are the medicine people. A true medicine person never says, I am a medicine woman or man. Others may say it of a person, but it's forbidden to say it of yourself. The tests of initiation include long years of study and practice. There are 5 requirements for a Seneca medicine person. First, the medicine person must be a counselor. The counselor must have knowledge of how to assist others in using their personal talents, their personal medicine, and finding a productive life path. The counselor must know how to assist a person in using their gifts in relation to the medicine wheel of the tribe. The counselor must be able to impart traditional solutions through tribal law and wisdom. Second, the medicine person must be a historian of Earth record. This includes the creation in the first 4 worlds, as well as the prophecy of the future 5th, 6th, and 7th worlds. Third, the medicine person must be an herbalist or a healer. This includes knowledge of the use of healing herbs and natural healing cures that come from the Earth Mother. The herbalist also knows the medicine of the creature beings and the manner in which they assist two-leggeds in finding spiritual or mental cures. This requirement also includes the ability to recognize and diagnose illnesses of the body, mind, and spirit. Fourth, the medicine person must have as a personal talent or ability, the gift of prophecy. This means the medicine person must be a seer, a dreamer, or in some way be able to connect to the spirit world at will, as a need may arise at any moment. This is not to say that the medicine people will not take all the time they need, but rather that their training must ensure that they are able to access the needed information on cue. Clarity and focus are honed to precision until this gift is fully developed within the seer. The final requirement of a true medicine person is the teaching of all aspects of the wisdom and knowledge to others. It's fairly obvious that such understanding would cover many years and would grow with time. The expertise of a medicine person must be shared for the medicine to live and assist future generations. The teachings of the blackened medicine bowl come from my training with 2 Kiowa grandmothers in Mexico. In using the medicine bowl to seek answers, I was taught to put a question into the bowl mentally. Then I added a small stone person, a pinch of soil, a few drops of water, a kernel of corn, a pinch of tobacco, a piece of sage, and a piece of medicine from the creature being I was calling to assist me. These objects were mixed together by rotating the bowl in my hands. Then the bowl was placed in the north of a small twig fire for a few moments while I sat in the south and spoke my prayers and sang my personal medicine song. When I had completed my prayers of gratitude for the answer I would receive, I brought the bowl to the south and blew tobacco smoke into the bowl and sat in silence as the answer came to me. The medicine bowl is where ideas are nurtured, the future is held, and growth is accomplished. Many women call their wombs their medicine bowl. We never know what our children will look like or what abilities they will hold until birth. So it is with the medicine bowl the visions or answers are not predictable until viewed. We must be open to what future brings. Some of the lost medicine of our ancestors is returning through the use of the medicine bowl, and these sacred healing bowls remember their former uses and willingly share the memories for those trained to hear, feel, or see. So, the application for this card says, if you chose the medicine bowl card today, healing is on the horizon. This can be a spiritual, mental, emotional, or physical healing. Pay attention to the events in your life and acknowledge with gratitude the healings that manifest themselves. The steps toward wholeness are often marked with small healing releases and can often be overlooked. Become aware of shifts in attitude or a new sense of well-being, and you'll understand the healing as it manifests. And in this way, you are assisting your future, beyond the void, to heal you in the present. In all cases, the medicine bowl speaks of good medicine. It's being offered. Your present task is to find it and use it to heal the self or to assist another. Right? Ultimately, our knowledge and our life experiences are what polishes our medicine bowl, our human, ourself. It is what holds all that we are, all that we can be, and all that ever was and ever will be. Forever and ever, amen. So, are you using the tools that you've been given to create what it is that you desire? Or are you still playing in the lack and the I want? it's really easy to slip back into that too. The question we really need to be asking ourselves is, are we being authentic? I know we all say that we're being true, and we are mostly to other people, but are you being just as true to your own soul, to yourself? Or are you still falling back into negativity, saying things like, I'm so clumsy and things will never go my way? Or are you starting to realize that all your needs are met above and beyond your greatest expectation, as long as you don't get in your own way? As you look around yourselves today and start acknowledging all of the things that you're grateful for, notice how quickly the negativity runs back into the shadow where it belongs. And while we may not want to live in that shadow, the knowledge that it exists is important because it keeps us on track to who and what we really are, the light. And while, yes, we embody both of these things, shadow and light, and they're important in our interactions with other people because they help us to acknowledge that even if somebody else is being a shit, you were once too. Maybe they just need a candy bar or a hug or someone to say, I see you. You're not invisible. And you are loved and protected. And even though maybe somebody else let you be hurt, maybe it was even yourself, I'm not going to do that because I got your back. The universe has been trying to tell us this that entire time. And the only time it doesn't have our back is because we tell it it doesn't have our back. The universe has no other option but to comply with our belief. So if you believe that you're sad and lonely and nobody loves you, well, the universe is going to keep giving you that reality until you start saying, I'm safe, loved, protected. All my needs are met above and beyond my greatest expectation. Today and always. In all ways. And you say that to yourself over and over and over again until you finally start to believe it. And then the universe starts to comply. Next thing you know, you're sitting in a completely different space from where you were a year ago, telling other people your story. And that is how we become awake and aware of the fact that we are the miracles that we seek every day. Every day you woke up. Every day you smile through your tears and keep going. And every day you are unknowingly a light in someone else's life. Right? It does indeed sound familiar. So, let's grab the Divine Wisdom deck, the Nature's Whisper Oracle. Let's start with a little bit from Neil. .4 minutes in and we've only talked about 2 cards. Let's get this message from the universe that I just had pop out in my hand. 5. Hello, Violet Melon. Welcome. And just in case I did not acknowledge the rest of you, hello, Robin and Rebecca and Angelfish. So we're going to go bottom to the top. Looks like we got 5 cards in this message. We have, let's just look at the backs first. Okay. Ready? It says the process of creation starts with thought, an idea, conception, visualization. Everything you see was once someone's idea. Nothing exists in your world that did not first exist as pure thought. Ooh, I like that. This one's a little foggier lagoon picture. It says, go first to your highest thought about yourself and imagine that you would be if you lived that thought every day. Imagine what you would think, do, and say, and how you would respond to what others do and say. Do you see any difference between that projection and what you think, do, and say now? Getting brighter. So, I want for you what you want for you. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't sit here and make a judgment, request by request, whether something should be granted to you. My law is the law of cause and effect, not the law of we'll see. A little bit of chastisement from the universe. Love that. A little bit of pink in the sky. So it says, go ahead and do what you really love to do. Do nothing else. You have so little time. How can you think of wasting a moment doing something for a living you don't like to do? What kind of a living is that? That is not a living. That is a dying. The way these all go together just like kills me sometimes. I have goosebumps right now. So, the last part of this message says, love is the ultimate reality. It's the only, the all. The feeling of love is your experience of God. In highest truth, love is all there is, all there was, and all there ever will be. And when you move into the absolute, you move into love. Now the cards are just being cheeky and quoting me. But there you have it, right? The process of creation starts with a thought. So go first to your highest thought about who and what you are. Because God wants for you what you want for you. So go ahead and do it. And remember, love is the ultimate reality. That is a pretty complete thought from the universe today. Thank you all for being present so I can be so tuned in. Let's see what the Nature's Whisper Oracle has to say about this. See if we keep going. There we go. Nice. And what do we get? But the Bountiful Harvest card. 28. Hour 10. Completion. So what are we waiting for, my friends? Our harvest to come in. Actually, it's already come in. We're just waiting to get to enjoy it, right? But I think first we have to realize that it's actually shown up before we can enjoy it. I think we're all still sitting around waiting for the other shoe to drop and the universe to take it back. But what if we actually just embrace the reality that maybe this bountiful harvest actually is ours this time, and it's not going to be taken back and given to someone else instead? Because maybe we've finally given up that expectation and we're stepping into something a little bit better. Let's read what 28 has to say. These are pretty short. The Bountiful Harvest card says, you have access to the infinite source of love and resources provided by Mother Earth and the universe. There are no demands, requirements, or conditions that affect your ability to access this supply. This is a wonderful reminder of the absolute truth pertaining to the abundance that is available to you. Grant your abundance the opportunity to flow into your life. It will reshape your perspective. It will strengthen and nourish you. This phase holds a plenitude of affluence and fertility. Acknowledge you are lucky and you are blessed. How can we say no to that, right? See what the bottom of the deck says. Oh, I love that. Celebrate the differences. And a 3. Right? I'm not going to read that because I think the ability to celebrate our differences is going to be the culminator or the thing that fixes this reality for us. Because I think once we stop judging ourselves, other people will stop judging us as well. Maybe we should just test that for this week. Maybe we should try it just for a day. Maybe a week's too long to try to hold back our own personal judgment. But what if, for once, we did follow the recommendation from the affirmators card? What if we put ourselves up on the fridge and looked at ourselves with the pride of a new mother? Right? And we accepted that instead of poo-pooing it, saying, oh no, somebody else can do my life better. Who can do your life better than you? No one. The problem is we think we're doing it wrong. But there is no right and wrong. There's only what works and what doesn't. And if it works for you, nobody else can tell you differently. Nobody else can interfere in that reality. Because it's what works. And it doesn't matter if it works for them. It only has to work for you. This is your reality, not theirs. They need to worry about what works in their reality. And if you don't work for their reality, well, they can go somewhere else and find something that works, right? Speaking of the affirmators deck, they're calling. So let's pull a few and close this out, huh? I think the message is pretty clear for today. We need to pull our heads out of our asses and stop being such shitheads to ourselves, because otherwise the world is not going to stop being shitty to us either, because we've already created that expectation. Instead, let's create a new one for the highest good for all, right? And the affirmators card we get is fuck me running. Ultimate potential. Are you fucking kidding me? Come on. Oh my gosh. There you have it, guys. It doesn't get any clearer than this. Let's read the card. Today, we are going to choose to live a life of our fullest potential. We trust that this will draw us towards experiences and people that support our growth and accomplishment. And tuning into this frequency, we now reach higher heights than we ever thought possible. Knowing that's an option, why would we have ever tuned into anything else? Because if we didn't, how would we know it didn't work? Right? So, if there's shit that doesn't work in your life right now, turn it off, turn around, and try the thing behind you. I bet it works. And if not, turn around and try again. You have nothing but options. Everything is an option. Being pissed off about the dude going 25 in a 45 in front of you, an option. You could just crank up the music instead and, have your own little dance party. Nothing pisses people off more than the fact you're enjoying your life. So go out and enjoy it. Piss some people off. Fuck it, who cares? All that matters is you're living your truth. It doesn't matter what that looks like. So stop expecting validation from other people about your existence. They can't even validate their own. Love the life you've been given. It's the one you picked. And stop looking at everybody else's lawn. It's only greener because they shit there. Sorry, just saying. So, start shitting on your own lawn. Maybe your grass would be green too. All right, everybody. That's it for this Soulcast Sunday. I love each and every one of you beyond measure. You are the light of existence. And if you forgot, I'm here to remind you. Go out, be the love you seek. And show the world how the Majik tribe turns the lights on. We get brighter and brighter by the day. Be good. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. But most of all, stay awake and stay aware. The signs are all over. Follow some and have fun. And I'll be back on Tuesday at 8 a.m. I'm taking this Magic Monday off. Bye, everybody. I love you.